Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the APHE YouTube channel. I'm here today with Mimi Mollica, and Mimi's going to talk today about his the talk he did last week at the APHE mid-year gathering at Sheffield Hallam University around the photo book. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mimi Mollica. Hello, Mimi. Hello, Mimi. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm very good, and you, Richard?
I'm very well, thank you. So would
Great.
you be able to talk us through what happened last week at the mid-year gathering, please, Mimi?
Yes, we, APHE and me, in form of Mimi Mollica and or Photomit, we have a long-lasting relationship. And because I've launched quite recently my new book, Terra Nostra, published by Dowie Lewis on February 14th, I've been invited to present the work and the book within the GM of the APHE at the Sheffield Hallam University, and I was invited to do it in a context where there were several seminars on the photo book form. And so I was the last speaker, but before me, there was a number of speakers, and I was really impressed by the talk. I mean, it's something that never happened to me, to be invited to a talk and to actually not only talk about my work, but also and mainly listen to other people talking. And this has been great because the insight of people such as Andrew Robinson or James Corazzo or Matt Johnston, they've been absolutely amazing. And the whole day turned into an extremely inspiring and thought-provoking day, where the photo book was at the center of the stage, really, rather than each and every one of us. So the photo book, we've been talking about the photo book from different perspectives, and I found Andrew's collection and knowledge about the photo book as a whole form of art and incredibly inspiring. James Corazzo's articulated thoughts and remapping of how to approach the creation of a photo book has been also incredibly interesting. And Matt Johnston, with his very witty, intelligent and wonderful brain, has presented us with a story on the Photo Book Club and the global ramification of this endeavor. And it's been extremely beautiful. I mean, I was there really. I thought that I would have waited for me to talk, and I've done anything but waiting. I've been inspired, I've been stimulated, I've been pushed to think more about my work and about the photo book. I've been pushed to know more about it, and it's been really beautiful, really fulfilling. So for me, this has been, one of the best talks and seminars on the photo book ever,
Brilliant. Mimi, that's wonderful. I mean, I think just almost to finish, really, I'd also like to add to what you've said, which is incredibly generous in terms of what went on in terms of the APHE, but the way that you talked about Terra Nostra was wonderful. And really insightful in the way that the project was clearly the way that you talked about reconnecting with your home and all of those things. I thought in the context of the talks where we had people that you've mentioned being quite theoretical or talking about ideas or remapping, you talked very clearly about the practitioner's point of view, which I thought was really wonderful as well and really added to it.
Thank you. No, this has been when to each its own. I appreciate the fact that I am not an academic, and my role as a photographer is the one of giving an insight on my own practice, and I hope that this came through with presenting Terra Nostra. And I didn't have any ambition to talk about the various forms of the photo book, but rather I wanted to talk about my personal experience in working with a publisher, and also my experience in working in gathering the funds to, necessary to the book production via crowdfunding campaign. So this has been really really natural for me to go through, because this is what I do. And for me, I hope that I was able to add one bit to the fantastic panorama that the speakers such as Andrew, Theo, James, and Matt offered. And APHE is this great association that is able to to create some amazing, stimulating content for everyone. And it's interesting not only for the students, but it's interesting for the practitioners, it's interesting in the context of festivals, it's interesting for academics, is inspiring for people who might want to find alternative and creative way to teach about photography. And I think that this is, the other day has been extremely enjoyable. So I have no words.
Brilliant. Mimi, thank you so much. It's so generous of you to spend this few minutes with us on APHE YouTube, just talking to us so clearly and so wonderfully about your experience. So on behalf of everyone, thank you very much.
Thank you, Richard, and thank you, APHE, and thank you, Sheffield, and thank you, photography.
Couldn't say it any better. Thanks, Mimi.
Thank you.